Come on, man. Come on, keep it together. Let's keep it together. You know, don't break out in a mad moment. Don't don't cry and embarrass yourself. Keep it together. That's what you hear a lot of people say to you sometimes. But you know, sometimes keeping it together can break everything altogether. You see, we go through a lot of emotions in our lives. And, you know, if we try to hold back these emotions, it can sometimes damage us for life. Yeah. You see, they say that a man don't supposed to cry. You know what I'm saying? A man don't supposed to cry. But yet behind the prison walls, I don't know if you hear what I'm saying to you today, the ones with the big stocky chests and the ones who look hard like rock, like these guys never break down. But if you listen to the night time behind the prison walls, and if you listen carefully, you would hear weeping and moaning from everybody. Yeah, from everybody. Because the truth is, a man does cry. But they say, keep it together. Man up yourself. Be a man. Man don't supposed to cry. Don't be a sissy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. I remember the first time I had a proper cry. It was when they kind of murdered my dog in front of me. Yeah. Yeah, they murdered my dog in front of me. That made me cry. That made me cry. And I didn't even just cry for 1 day or 2 days. I cried for about maybe 5 years. And even as I think about it, it makes me cry again. You see, crying is not just physically where you see the tears dropping from my eye. The cry is deep down inside. That's where a man will cry because he doesn't want to show himself to the world that he's a wimp or that he's a sissy or whatever they're going to call a man. But you see, for a man to cry doesn't mean that he's a wimp or a sissy. It just means he's a man. And men do cry. But they say, keep it together. Don't you cry. You know, I remember as a young youth, just coming out my house, just walking down the street with my friends, and, you know, just getting approached and stop and search. And I used to ask, why are you searching me for? I've done nothing wrong. They checked my name on the radio and it came back clean as a whistle. This young man has never been in trouble with the law before. You know, so I used to think to myself, why are they stopping me for? Do you know what I'm saying? Why? And then, you know, I speak to people older than me and people my age, and they said that it's because of the colour of your skin. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. That makes you a victim. And I noticed some of my friends kind of stop hanging around with their own colour friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see, me personally, I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what colour you are to call you my brother, to call you my sister. I don't care what colour you are for me to tell you that I love you. You see, I look at what God has created and I say, thank God for the rainbow. Because imagine if that all of us was just one colour on this earth. And all of us did the exact same. We had the same personalities, the same characters, and we did everything the same. You know what I'm saying? What a boring world this will be, you know? But I look at people and I observe people and I say to myself, wow, look how amazing God made this person. Look how amazing God made he. Look how amazing God made her. Look how beautiful she is. You know what I'm saying? Look at that smile. That smile brightens up the whole room. Do you know what I'm saying? So I thank God for the rainbow, and I thank God for the uniqueness in everyone who's on this earth today. I was speaking to one guy the other day, and you know, it's funny because, you know, this guy was so funny. It's like, normally I believe that I control my happiness through the day, and I still say that to you today. But the morning when I was speaking to this guy, it was a big joy that came from him. It was like you know, Instagram, you know, you can speak to them, you know, they're live and you're live, you can see them, they can see you, you know what I'm saying? You can speak to them, you know? And, you know, he was just so funny. And I said to myself, wow, this guy here is funny. And God has blessed you with a talent. I don't know what talent he's blessed you with, but I just want to tell you now that God has blessed you with a talent. And you see, you know, me personally, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I look beyond and I see more than what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not so good. Because sometimes I hit someone's weak spot. Not meaning to do it, but hit their weak spot, and, you know, sometimes you see them crumbling in front of you. But I don't do it deliberately. I don't want to see no one crumble in front of me. I'm a kind of person who want to lift people up. I'm not in the business of crumbling people. I'm in the business in empowering people and saying, look what the Lord has done. Look at you. You was born unique. You was born for a purpose. God put a diamond in you. There's something special in you. You know, that's the kind of person I am. But today I remember I was speaking to this young guy and he was just making so much fun and everyone was laughing, you know what I'm saying? It was like a group thing, you know what I'm saying? But I just was looking at him and I said, wow, this guy's amazing. I don't know what he's going to be, because he was what, I think he's 19, 20. So I don't know what he's going to be when he grows up, but all I can see is the light shining on him. And I said it to him, I said to him, I see a light shining on you. You know what I'm saying? You're amazing. And I said to him, you look so happy, but are you really happy in yourself? And when I said that, it's like immediately I see tears dropping from his eyes. And I said, wow, what have I done, God? I touched his weak spot. And he never explained to me what pain he was going through. But I knew that comedian side of him was a cover-up to cover up his pain. Some of us are going through pain, some long time, lifetime pain that we try to cover up. But deep inside we're hurting and we're crying. You know what I'm saying? Not crying where you can see the tears from my eyes, but crying deep, deep down inside. Yeah, because some of us has been scarred. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, growing up as a young black man in a place called London and, you know, East London, you know, it's like, you know, if you're black and if you have a gold teeth in your mouth, that means you are a criminal. You know what I mean? That means you're a crook. You're a drug dealer. You're a bad person. But that wasn't the truth. Because you see, the house where I come from, my mother did teach me how to live, to be a decent human being. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, and that kept with me. But imagine every day you're getting up and you're going out with your friends, and every day someone in uniform is stopping you and pushing you against the wall and telling you to empty your pockets, and you ain't got nothing on you, and they're pushing you around and they're handcuffing you and they're giving you these bad looks and treating you like you're a piece of dirt. Every day as a teenager. How do you reckon that teenager is going to end up to be? How do you reckon he's going to respond? Every day, getting pushed around. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. Every day. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what used to happen to me, And my solicitor wanted to come undercover and go to the same shops as me and buy the same clothes as me. Those days it was like Moschino and Versace. So my solicitor said, he says that he doesn't know if he's got Moschino or Versace money. You know what I'm saying? And solicitors, they got money, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, he was a cool, but he didn't understand why was every day a young black man getting stopped every day. And not getting stopped and getting charged with things like, you get stopped and you get arrested. No, it wasn't like that. It was just getting stopped and searched, stop and search, stop and search every day. Every day. From Monday to Sunday. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. So, it's a mental thing. When those things start happening to you, you take it for a while. And you might take it for a little bit longer. But then one day, you're going to say in your mind, enough is enough. And when you say enough is enough, your reaction to the one in the uniform is fight back. Yes, sir, fight back. We're going to fight back. Because no matter you tell me and call me any name under the sun about the color of my skin, or you treat me any way you want to treat me because of the color of my skin, there is not a day I've ever felt less of a person about the color of my skin, less of a human being. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I am so proud of the color of my skin. I wouldn't want to change it for the world. Do you know what I'm saying? For no money in this world could I make me change the color of my skin. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to change my culture. I wouldn't want to change the food what I've grown up on. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's the best food. You know what I'm saying? That rice and peas and chicken. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to change that carrot juice. My mum makes the best carrot juice. Trust me, if you know about juice, you need to taste my mum's carrot juice. You know what I'm saying? That Guinness punch. You know what I'm saying? Make the best, believe me. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing what I wanted to change. But you see, you're happy in what you are. You are happy how God made you. But there's people around you who want to influence you and tell you that you're not good enough. The colour of your skin is not good enough to have that job. The colour of your skin is not good enough to walk down this road. Every day. They're telling you this. Every day. Do you know what I'm saying? So we end up fighting back. Yes, sir. We end up fighting back. When the police, the man in uniform used to come for us, they had to get on their blower. And they had to call in about another 10 vans to come and search us. Because we had enough. You know what I'm saying? So when a policeman or man in uniform put his hand in my pockets and telling me that he's searching me, I've got rights. And I want to ask him, what are you searching me for, sir? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be polite first. But when I see someone pushing me around, you see, no one's supposed to push no one around. You see what I'm saying? When I go on the street and I'm walking with my dogs and I see a bunch of youths and I see they're raising their voice, I will stop there for a while and see what they're getting up to. You know what I'm saying? And if I see any sign of fight going on, I will go over there and stand in the middle and say, listen, bruv, you're not fighting him and he's not fighting you. You're going that way and he's going that way. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not going that way, then you don't have to deal with me. And to deal with me ain't going to be a good thing for you, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And they just look at me and they look at my dog and they say, you know what? I'm listening to this man here. I'm going that way. You're going that way. If we're going to fight, we're going to fight another day. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the way I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I believe in peace and love. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, that's the way I did live. And, you know, living in Hackney, it was hard to live in peace and love. People used to respect more the aggression on you than peace and love. They want to see how strong you are, how bad you can be before the peace and love. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the way how we used to live sometimes, you know. But yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is that a man does cry. You know what I'm saying? A man does cry, you know, and it's okay to cry. Sometimes you got to let out your emotions, let out your feelings, how you feel deep down inside, you know, and just let it out. A man sometimes have to cry, you know. The way I see it, you know, is that the youths are the future. The youths are the future. And, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, sometimes I feel to zip my mouth, you know, and say keep my mouth closed and, you know, don't share my experience with you, you know, to say what happened to me in the past and things like that, because, you know what I'm saying, that's the past. But if you see the past still happening today, you know, my brothers and my sisters are they're getting shot in broad daylight, not from another man of the public, but men in uniform are shooting my brothers in broad daylight. And if you watch the videos and see how they're killing our brothers and sisters, they just, you know, I watched one thing on YouTube, and my brother was just going to reach for his license in his car, and they took out the gun and shot him number of times. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was in London, you know, you see how much young black guys were, you know, dying in custody. But you see them the day before they were okay. And just one day in custody, their life was taken away. I remember there was a time when I got arrested and, you know, those days you was allowed to smoke a cigarette when you was locked up in the cells. And I remember, you know, when you go in those places, you're so desperate, you know, you're so nervous, you know, if you smoke, you want to smoke a cigarette, you know. And, you know, I must have asked one of the officers, the man in uniform, can I have a light? Because I didn't have a light. And, you know, he happened to be the sergeant. The sergeant is kind of the head one inside the police station. So he says to me, yeah, he's going to give me a light. And like I was in a cell and there's a flap where he has to put his hand through to give me a light. You know, I'm on the other side of the door and he's on one side. And it's like, you know, I didn't see nothing. I never see this coming, you know. I thought it was okay. He's coming to give me a light and that's it. But he put his hand through to give me a light with his lighter. And as he acted like he's going to give me a light, he put his hand through and tried to grab the cigarette out of my mouth. And when I noticed what he's doing, I moved back. And he says, why don't you jungle bunnies go back home? You know, why don't you, you know, he used the N word. Why don't you know what I'm saying? I don't like that word. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you go back home? And, you know, I was so confused because I was young then. I was young, about 17 years old, you know. And that stuck with me for up to now. As old as I am now, that effect did stick with me for a long time. Because I was confused, because the thing about it, you know, this is my home. I was born in London. That's where my mother had me, in London. That's where she gave birth to me, in London. You know what I'm saying? My parents are Jamaican, but, you know, the UK is my home. This is where I was born. This is where I went to nursery. This is where I went to my first school. You know what I'm saying? This is where I I had my first friends. This is where I went to college, you know what I'm saying? This is where I had my first job, you know what I'm saying? So it's my home, do you know what I'm saying? And who are these people anyway, you know, these kind of racist people to tell you that you need to go back home? Go back home. We would have been home if you didn't left us at home. But many years ago, you took a man on a slave ship and brought into this country to clean up this country. If you see how much people of color has done for the UK and done for America, I think anyone who says to a man of color or a black man or an Asian man or something like that, you should go back home. I think you need to be careful who you should tell him to go back home. Because this home has been our home. This is the place where we cleaned up. This is the place where we built. Do you know what I'm saying? You know? But I'm not a racist guy. I've never been a racist guy. I remember when they used to have skinheads, you know, they used to have glue sniffers. They used to be me and my sister used to go to shop and we used to see a young guy, you know, with a glue bag in his hand. And my sister didn't understand what was happening. And she said, you know, Nathan, what is he doing? And I said, he's sniffing glue, you know, and he wears Dr. Martens and, you know what I'm saying? But he used to get their drug, you know, for the skinheads, it was glue. You know what I'm saying? Sniffing glue. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we used to have fights with them. You know what I'm saying? We used to have fights with them, you know. But there's one of them, I remember his name, I forget his name, was Martin. And Martin, when you get to know Martin, he dressed so, you know, proper skinhead, Dr. Martens and everything. You know, but when you speak to him, when he got to know me and I got to know him, you know what I'm saying, he was roughly my age, you know. Me and him looked at each other and said that, you know what, if it weren't for, how can I put it, it's like me and him could have been best friends, put it that way. We just looked at each other one day and said that, you know what, you're just like me and I'm just like you in character ways, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not the same colour, but in character ways, we're just the same. You know what I'm saying? And we end up laughing together and joking together. And I'm dressing up in baggy jeans and bandana, and he's dressing up in Dr. Martens and bomber jackets. You know what I'm saying? But Martin, you know, God bless him. I don't know where he is today, but God bless him. I hope he's doing well for himself. You know what I'm saying? But that's the first skinhead person who I made friends with. And me and him became quite close. You know what I'm saying? When he was with his boys, I was with my boys. And if there's any fight what's going to go on, I would tell my boys, nah, none fighting. And he would tell his boys the same thing. We would walk away in peace, you know what I'm saying? And what was the fight for anyway? There's no need to fight, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it was those days, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I'm just talking at the moment, you know, I'm just expressing my feelings, you know? But, you know, the youth are the future, you know what I'm saying? And what I'm seeing happening around this world is just, it's not right, man. You know what I'm saying? We must encourage each other and say that, look what God has done. He's created us different, but all the same. You know what I'm saying? We're all unique in our own way, but we're all powerful. You can imagine if all race come together as one and live as one and love each other as one. This world will be an amazing world. Believe me. You know what I'm saying? This world will be a beautiful, amazing world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anywhere I go, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my Asian brothers, they love me. And I show them love as well. You know what I'm saying? And they are Muslims, you know what I'm saying? And they know me as a Christian. But when we meet each other, we don't put none religion in between each other. You know what I'm saying? They might say to me, well, the Quran says this. Well, I might say the Bible says that, but we never step on each other's toes like to put each other's religion down. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a religious man. I'm just a man of God. I just believe in God. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, the first thing what comes to me is I believe in God. The Christian thing and that kind of thing is more going into religion. I'm just a man of God. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's good to show love. You know, so yeah, you know, I just say to everyone, you know, live your life with peace and love. Care for your brother. Care for your brother. Believe me, I've seen too much brothers hurt each other on the roads, on the streets of London. I've seen too much, you know what I mean? I've seen too much bodies just lie still on the road and not moving again. I've heard too much stories. Stories what you don't hear on the news. You think the news is bad enough, but if you walk around where I come from for a day, and you hear the news on the road, on the street, you'll say to yourself, how come that weren't on the news? I mean, this is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Drive-by shootings and this and how come that weren't on the news? Do you know what I'm saying? To them, it doesn't mean nothing. It's just another black and black crime. But there ain't such thing as black and black crime. It's poverty and poverty crime. When they're trying to say it's black and black crime, it's not black and black crime. Where I come from, we as brothers, we love each other. We show so much love. But it's the pressure of poverty that turns a man angry. And if you put a king next to a king, regardless, they're going to end up stepping on each other's toes. And if you're a king and I'm a king, I'm not going to back down, and you're not going to back down. So that's where the clashing goes on. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that, you know, that these things was designed. Yes, sir, designed. You know, sometimes you can design a thing and know what's going to happen before it happens. Sometimes you can put things into place and expect things to happen before it happens. Because you designed it, you created it in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put him next to him. Yeah, both of them are bold people. Both of them are kings. And both of them ain't going to back down. You know what I'm saying? And put poverty there. And see how these guys survives. If you put a pit bull with a pit bull and you don't give none of them none food, they turn around and eat. They turn around and eat each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the brothers are pit bulls. But at the end of the day, you know, it's experiments these people do. And, you know, building up council estates. You know, big up my brother Skinny Man, you know. He made an album about council estates from North London. Big up Skinny Man and the Mud family. God bless you guys, you know. Peace. But you know, the council estates, they put the council estates all in the block and they call it Lower Clapton and Upper Clapton and the Wren's crew and that crew. You know what I'm saying? And you think to yourself, why are they dividing us? You know what I'm saying? Dividing us. And this is where the gangs come from. This is where the seeds of gangs come from. You're not allowed to go to my area. I'm not allowed to go to your area. Because I'm the Wren's crew. I'm the Holly Street crew. I'm the Lower Clapton crew. You know what I'm saying? But all of us are young youths who like maybe hip-hop music, who kind of dress the same, who have amazing talent in us. You know what I'm saying? And we're just alike. We're just like each other. You know what I'm saying? Where we could get together and just build one big thing together. But yet we're fighting each other and saying that we can't go to different areas. You know what I'm saying? But tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your neighbor that good things is about to change. Good things is about to happen. Things is about to change. God is doing a new thing in the circle of poverty. Yes. Love will change everything. And they can't divide us. They can't divide us. Because we're realizing and seeing what's going on around us and we're wising up. You know what I'm saying? Too much good hearts has been gone. You know what I'm saying? Been taken in a flash. But now we're realizing, so we're starting to look after each other. Instead of fighting each other, we're looking after each other and looking at where the real enemy is. And once all of us realize where the real enemy is, oh boy, I feel sorry for that enemy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you guys, it's getting late now. You know, I just wanted to share a little quick thing with you guys. You know, God bless you. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but, you know, a real man does cry. You know what I'm saying? A real man does cry. You know, and we all need encouragement. We all need help from each other. We all need some support from each other. So love your brother, love your sister, and love God. God bless you guys. Peace. One love.